friend, I hope you're having a good day so far. Today we're going to talk about what I'm currently loving and my fall favorites. And when I was prepping for this video, I actually had a lot of fun taking a step back, looking at different categories, whether it be home or beauty or fitness related, and really ask myself, what am I loving right now in this season of life? What are my favorites? What am I reading? What's been at the forefront of my day-to-day life? And so today, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna kind of go down the list of my favorites and what I'm currently loving. So if you're excited to watch today's video, maybe grab yourself a coffee or a cozy drink, sit back, relax, and let's dive in. If you've been around my channel for any length of time, then you already know this is a favorite of mine, but especially as the seasons change and life sort of changes with the season. Maybe you're slowing down, maybe things are speeding up and you're busier than ever. Regardless, I think that therapy is so important for everyone. And that's why I'd like to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. BetterHelp is on a mission to make therapy both more affordable and accessible. It's so easy to use. You just fill out a couple of questions. It only takes a few moments, whether you do it on the website or the app, and you're matched with a licensed therapist in just a couple of days in most cases. I know for me personally, having someone to talk to, even if it's just a couple of times a month, has truly become part of my weekly and monthly rhythm. It's a non-negotiable in my life and lifestyle. And I just love having someone who will listen, who will give me unbiased professional advice, who can speak into certain circumstances or struggles and give me the tools that I need to not only grow as a person, but also cope with day-to-day stress and the chaos of life. Sometimes just in the midst of that chaos, we get overwhelmed, and it's so nice to have someone to talk to. I love the comfort and ease of doing my therapy sessions right from my own home. If you're struggling or you just need someone to talk to, consider BetterHelp. You can go to betterhelp.com/Amy Fritz and you'll get 10% off of your first month's therapy. And thanks again, BetterHelp, for sponsoring today's video. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys is actually this cardigan. I have been wearing this nonstop. I think I've had it on every day this week. And it's the perfect, cozy, soft cardigan. It's leopard print, which I love a good leopard print. And I actually found it at Walmart, of all places. It was very, very affordable. I bought it in store, but I'm sure it's available online. But I've just been loving it. And what I love about it is that I'll have it hanging in my bathroom or in our closet, and I'll just put it on over my pajamas or sweats and wear it around the house because it's that like cozy, comfy. But also on the regular, I've been pairing it with a black tank top and black leggings and wearing it to run errands or go out. I've been wearing it with sneakers a lot, but you could also wear it with black jeans or leggings and some black booties. And it would be really cute dressed up too. So it's one of those things in your closet you can literally wear for any occasion. And it's so comfy, cozy. I've not taken it off in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I feel like I have it on every day. And so I had to share it with you guys. So something I asked myself when prepping for this video is, of all the habits I'm working on right now, what's been my favorite? What do I find to be the most life-giving, and what am I gaining the most out of? And as I took a step back and looked at it, once my kids started going back to school, so right around that early autumn time, I started getting up at 5 a.m. again. Over summer break, I definitely let myself sleep in more, but I've been getting up consistently at 5 a.m. for a few months now. Now, I'm not perfect by any means. There are days where I just need extra sleep and I try to listen to my body. But overall, getting up at the same time every day, I feel so good. While the habit is getting up early, the reason for getting up early is that typically I'll get up at 5. I might have time for a quick cup of coffee, but not usually, or a granola bar or something, but I get dressed and I usually meet a friend for a run, or I'll go run, or at the very least I'll go walk. And getting as many steps in as I can between that like 5 and 6 a.m. window sets me up to get so many more steps throughout the day than I would if I sleep in. I find typically if I get up at 5 and get my steps in first thing, I get closer to that 20,000 step mark by the end of the day versus days that I don't, I barely hit 10K. So it's just become something that's habitual for me at this point, and I think it's made a huge difference, not only in the steps and moving, which is so important, something that's been really empowering for me and something that's made a big difference in my overall productivity is that, you know, I'm up early, I'm cranking that out, I'm getting it done, and then I'm home by 6:15, 6:30-ish, and my kids aren't even awake yet. I get home and I wake them up shortly after that. And so knowing that's checked off for the day, it's kind of like eating the frog, right? Just getting it out of the way for the day. I feel more creative, I feel less stressed. I don't know, I just feel more productive. And so it has definitely been a favorite of mine. I'm not usually a super early bird, but it's been making a huge difference in my life. I've never been like a huge tea drinker, but every so often I go through a tea phase, especially as we enter the colder weather months, we go into fall and winter. I find myself craving teas throughout the day. And I recently tried a couple of flavors. I actually got a box of an assortment of flavors, but these two have been my favorite. It's from the Republic of Tea, and this one is pumpkin pie chai, and it's been really, really good. It's good with steamed milk or water, and I find that it's just a fun little treat in the afternoon. It's just warm and cozy. I haven't really been drinking much in the morning because I still love my coffee, but afternoon, it's been really nice. It does say it's herbal, so I don't think this one is caffeinated. I don't want to say that though. Isn't chai typically caffeinated? I could be wrong. I don't know, let me know down in the comments, but regardless, it's a delicious blend. The other one is a black tea, so it's definitely caffeinated. So I try to just have this in the early afternoon, but it is so, so good. It's cranberry blood orange. And I love anything blood orange, but that cranberry flair just kind of reminds you of fall. So these two have both been something I've been grabbing all the time, at least a few times a week, and I've really been loving them this season. And I think what's actually inspired all this tea drinking for me is that I recently picked up a new tea kettle in the last few weeks, actually. I don't know if we can classify this as a favorite, but I had to share because it's so beautiful and the price point is so good. It's from Walmart, so another Walmart find, but this is what it looks like. Isn't that so pretty? I want to say it was around $25. It has this beautiful emblem on it. It's this beautiful kind of chrome look with the wooden handle. It's big. It's really big. I mean, compared to my head, it's huge. And it's been perfect. I think it looks really pretty sitting in the kitchen, and I've been drinking a lot of tea. Next favorite isn't new specifically to this fall, but I do have a new version. So I've loved Wally cases for my iPhone for several years at this point. I get asked sometimes, where is your phone case from? It's a Wally case. Again, I'll link it down below, but I recently got the new iPhone and I got a new case for it, and I thought it was so cute. It's very like moody. It reminds me of fall. I love the checkered print, and the blacks and browns is really sleek. So why I love it, there's a pocket here. If you wanted to put your ID or cards, you can. I don't, but it's this right here. It has kind of that built-in loopy case vibe. I don't know. I've never had a loopy case, but it's nice and snug so your fingers and the phone don't budge. I'll actually use this sometimes when I'm running and I need to film content. That way, you know, I can hold up my phone kind of a thing, but even not with running, just for hanging on to it. Now that I have this, I can't imagine not having it. So got a new one for fall. definitely a favorite and wanted to share. And speaking of making a huge difference in my life, I have been in the thick of a really, really good Bible study I wanted to share with all of you. Now, this is a book study, so it's just one book of the Bible, but it's from Jen Wilkin, which I know her stuff is super popular, especially in small group and church settings. That's actually where I discovered her studies a few years ago, but she does great book studies. So I think I've done Exodus, Genesis, I did 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, and then 1st Peter was my 4th study by her. But this has been so good, very life-giving during my quiet time. And what I like about it is that the study comes with video studies for each chapter, and they're longer. You know, she talks for a good 45 minutes or so, but I find that I'll just play it and work around the house, and I've really enjoyed that. But she is such a good teacher of the Bible, and she really makes you get out of your comfort zone and dig and search and find the answers yourself. And I really appreciate that about her. So anyway, I've loved her stuff for a long time, but this is a more recent favorite, and I'm gonna be sad when it's over. I have 2 more chapters left, but I'll have to dive into another one. If you've done one of her studies or a different study recently, let me know down in the comments below what you've been enjoying, because I would love to hear from you. A little bit of beauty related stuff, not a ton, but I wanted to share 2 things with you that have been really good in the department of skincare for me more recently. Again, as we're heading into fall, you know, my skin is really dry. So if you have super oily skin, maybe ignore these recommendations. I don't know, but I have very dry skin, and as fall rolls around in winter, I just struggle with moisture. So something that's been just so good for me and my skin is this Tier Milk Skin Toner. I think I shared this in the makeup tutorial I did a couple weeks ago, but it's truly like milk on your skin. It goes on so nice. I put this on after I cleanse, and it just kind of brings back all of that moisture that a cleanser can kind of suck you dry. And so I love this under my makeup. I love using it at night. I use it twice a day, and it has just, it's been so good for me. I think this is my 3rd bottle, maybe my 2nd bottle. I think it's just my 2nd bottle. But even still, a little bit goes a long way. I just drip a few drops in my hand and pat it on. It's Korean skincare, which they're known for their glassy, beautiful skin. So this has been a good one, and I buy it on Amazon. In that same realm, this is another dry to very dry product. So if you have dry skin, it is the Paula's Choice Hydrating Treatment Mask. I've actually used this on and off for a few years, but I've more recently been using it routinely. It's made with borage oil. It hydrates dry, flaky skin, fortifies the protective moisture barrier, so that's really important, and then calms and soothes sensitive skin, which is also me. So what I really love about this product, it's sort of that very last thing you have to put on once you've put on your other products and your moisturizer. I just goop on a thick layer of this, and then you sleep with it on. It just goes on like a moisturizer. It's not like super sticky or anything like that. And then you sleep with it on, and you can wake up and you don't have to wash it off, which is really nice. You can let it just absorb, and you wake up with dewy baby skin. So I've really been enjoying both of these products a lot. So next up, I was trying to really look at what recipes I'm enjoying for the fall and what I've been gravitating towards. But to be totally honest, the only thing that just stood out in front of everything else, as much as I love soups and cozy casseroles, I have been making ground beef bowls on repeat for myself for either lunch or dinner. You might have seen the viral beef bowl. I think I even shared that on my YouTube channel over the summer, but the viral version is ground beef, avocado, cottage cheese, and sweet potato with hot honey, which that is delicious. But I've actually found I enjoy it more with just ground beef, cottage cheese, sweet potato, and then I'll add in whatever veggies I want to do. So I'll typically air fry my sweet potato and my veggies. I'll do like broccoli or zucchini or mushroom or carrot, whatever. Sometimes I'll put in some steamed edamame because that adds protein and fiber. What I like about it is you can kind of just pick and choose what you like and what flavors you want to bring into the dish each time you make it. And every time it is so good. I don't mix everything together. I eat everything separately, but it still just kind of complements one another and you're getting so many good nutrients out of that dish. I find when I cook the ground beef, I actually really enjoy it with steak sauce. The Primal Kitchen steak sauce is really good. I think that one's 0 sugar, but I mean, it doesn't matter, whatever steak sauce or barbecue sauce even, but I like steak sauce, like that traditional flavor. But I have been making it probably at least 2 to 3 times a week for myself for either lunch or dinner. And why it's so good is that you can really customize it. Like my kids and my husband love it too, in that they'll have the ground beef. Sometimes I'll season the ground beef with taco seasoning. That way my kids or hubby can have tacos if they don't want to do a bowl. But like we all love the bowl vibes. I mean, you can do more cheeseburger vibes. So add some cheddar cheese and Thousand Island and lettuce and pickles and onions. You can just do the beef and sweet potato and veggies. My kids really like that. They'll add barbecue sauce to it. So I guess it's a matter of whether or not you like ground beef. If you don't like eating ground beef, it wouldn't be for you. But I just love the versatility of it, the ease of it. I mean, it takes 5 minutes to brown ground beef. And it's something I've been eating all the time as we've gone from summer to fall, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. So next I wanted to mention a podcast that I'm loving. And lately, more often than not, actually, let me backtrack. In previous seasons, I have found myself gravitating towards really entertaining podcasts, which there is nothing wrong with that. I love a good true crime, Dateline style podcast. I find them highly entertaining and engaging. But in the last year or two, I've listened to a lot of health and wellness podcasts. And, I've tried to educate myself in that regard. But more recently, I've been trying really hard to use my podcast time for spiritual growth. And I find that I tend to listen to podcasts when I'm cleaning, like just doing housework around the house. That's when I'm most likely to listen to something. And so I've been really enjoying the Thankful Homemaker podcast. And it's just so good, so encouraging, and I find it to be really motivating while I'm doing housework because she does talk about caring for our homes from a biblical lens and being a wife and a mom and all that entails. And I just find that they're very encouraging. They're usually only 10 to 20 minutes, which I really enjoy. I like that short snippet of encouragement, motivation, kind of gets me going for the day. And it's just been something I've been enjoying a ton of in this season. So I thought I'd share. Next up is a snack/sweet treat find that I've been loving. I love a good little sweet treat in the afternoon. So good. But it's these skinny dipped chocolate covered almonds. And what I like to do is buy the variety box on Amazon. It comes in a pack of 30 and it's really perfect because they come in these little individual packets that are 60 calories, perfect for a quick snack, perfect to keep in your purse, just like a quick little sweet treat. And this one is the dark chocolate peanut butter almond. Oh, this one's my favorite. A close second is the super dark and sea salt. Oh, I love a good dark chocolate with sea salt. So these have been so good. I think they sell them in bigger, like just a big bag. That would be dangerous for me. That wouldn't be good. But these little individual packs are perfect. Next favorite of mine this season, my favorite workout or workouts, I should say. If you've been around my channel the last couple of months, you've probably heard me talk about this already, but I've really been enjoying Nourish Move Love. It's a YouTube channel. Lindsay is the founder of the platform. I don't know what I'm saying. And she is incredible, but she has different strength programs different cardio, Pilates, bar, like she does it all over there, and it's all free, which is incredible. But I have been doing her overload program for, I don't know, 10 weeks, something like that, for a while, and maybe even closer to 12 weeks at this point. And I have truly loved it. Like, it has re-sparked a love of strength training for me, which has been so fun. I love her personality. I love how motivating she is. She's just so stinking sweet. In my head, we're good friends, but she doesn't know I exist, so that's okay. But the overload program that I've been loving so much, it's actually 5 days a week, which is a lot. You could do less and just go at your own pace, of course, but I really like it because it's designed to work a different muscle group each day for just like 25 minutes, and you work it hard. You work it to failure, AKA progressive overload, right? So you build muscle. And so it might be a quad day or a glute day or a bicep day or a chest day, and you go through it, and it's designed to repeat as many times as you'd like. So you could just keep doing it forever. And the idea is that you would overload. So you would either go up in weights or go up in reps. And it's just been so good. So kind of in that same realm, I wanted to share really quick, I have been loving these barefoot style wide toe box lifting shoes. If you lift weights, you should really try. I know it's not always feasible, but you should try to wear flat soled shoes, because you want to create the illusion that you are barefoot, or that you can really, grip and have that wide toe stance when you're doing squats and things like that. But these are just like off-brand Amazon. I've loved them. I bought them at the beginning of 2024 actually, but I just didn't use them that often. I didn't give them the time they deserved. I was not consistent with them at all, but I started wearing them for every single lift in the summer, and I just loved them so much that I needed to share them. I actually loved them so much I wore them out quite a bit, and so I just bought a second pair. And I bought white. They're already a little bit dirty, but I just think they're really cute. They're super practical. They're inexpensive compared to some of those other name brand lifting shoes, and they're great for whether you work out in the gym or at home. But when you're doing leg day especially, you should wear some flat shoes, even if it's just Keds or Converse or something like that. And because I've been doing so much lifting, I have been sore. And I purchased this extra large heating pad. Can't even fit it on screen all the way. On Amazon a while back. When I tell you I love this thing, it's like a baby to me. I carry it around the house. It has like 6 heat settings. It has a delay, an auto off, some great features. It's relatively inexpensive. This part is washable, which is nice. But let me paint a picture for you, okay? So I will put this under my bed, not under my bed, under my sheets and blankets when I'm, getting ready for bed. And I'll take a hot shower, I'll do my skincare, I might make myself a cup of tea or something of that sort, and I will crawl into bed at night. And this just makes it that much more like, I already looked forward to going to bed, but now I really look forward to it because it feels so good. But you can also, turn it on and wrap it around your neck or your shoulders. It's nice and flexible and large, but it's not as heavy and clanky as a blanket. I like that it gives more heat than a blanket would, and you can really concentrate on the areas that you want to use it, whether it's your back or your legs or wherever. So anyway, might be showing my age a little bit with this favorite, but it's something I've been using every day. And the last favorite I wanted to share, it's been so good, is actually a Spotify playlist, and it's called Cozy Coffee Shop. It's Cozy Coffee Shop Jazz in the background. It looks like this. I'll link it down below, but it's just very soothing, kind of warm, cozy jazz vibes, like that perfect rainy day music. I like to turn it on in the morning after the kids have gone off to school, when I'm cleaning or doing the dishes, or I really love using it in the evening when maybe when the kids come home and they're doing homework, or while I'm cooking dinner, or sometimes those two things coincide. It just sets the tone, and it's just very cozy, relaxing, ambient, and I've been loving it. So definitely check it out. If you don't like jazz music, it's not for you. But if you like that slow, relaxing, calming jazz vibe, definitely give it a try and let me know if you like it as much as we have. Well, friends, those are all my autumn favorites right now. I hope that you enjoyed just getting a little look at what I'm currently loving, what I'm using on repeat. These are real things that I'm using daily in my life. And I hope, if anything, they just got you thinking, gave you some ideas. And I hope that you know that we help one another here in this community. So if you have a favorite you're loving right now that you just need to tell all your friends, leave a comment down below because I want to hear from you. I think we can all glean from one another and really benefit from one another's community, and I think that's so beautiful. So anyway, all that to say, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I thought it was so much fun, and I'll see you really soon in my next one. Bye.